Sameness. In this community, they strive for sameness, which means that everyone has everything equal. That way, no one is jealous and no one feels like they're inferior, which means less than or better than anybody else. Now, there's a bit of irony here because they actually do have two times that they celebrate, the people as individuals. They have the ceremony of 12, where they're given a speech, they're celebrated for, what they're better at, in life, and then given an individual job in the community. They also have this during release when they, have this big old speech about their lives and all the things that they did. And, those are really the only two times that it's okay to talk about somebody's differences. Other than that, it's like, ooh, like if something's going on with someone that day, you just ignore it. You don't want to be rude. Now, where that falls into place with Roberto and Caleb, I didn't see anybody get this, but it was okay because it's a tricky, kind of bonus question. So during the ceremony of 12, we learn about a little boy named Caleb who unfortunately died. In this community, you have to remember they still are human beings. Science isn't perfected. But basically, it was a rare mistake. And what happened was after Caleb passed away, they had a ceremony of loss where they chant the name lower and lower and lower, almost as if he was fading away. And then after that ceremony, they never mentioned the name Caleb again. All right. Never happened. Now you might be thinking how is that possible? All right. One, every person in this community has one name. Nobody has any repeat names. So there's no other Calebs in the community. Again, that would cause for some confusion and discomfort. So each name is given to one and only one person. So the way that was possible is after Caleb's name was, basically chanted and faded away. The next time they spoke it was when the parents received the new child named Caleb as well. And then that was a murmur of replacement ceremony where almost they're taking the name and bringing it back to life. Now, a lot of you were like, what the heck is that about? First of all, the whole chanting thing is weird to begin with. But if you remember from my last video, they don't have an emotional attachment to anyone. So that whole sadness and heartbreak over their child dying doesn't exist. Right? These people believe that everyone's replaceable. So just by plopping a new child in their arms and saying all right, this is Caleb, that's how they're programmed. Everyone's replaceable. Everyone's the same. All right. So there's nothing different in their mind from the Caleb that they lost and the Caleb that they're gaining. So that's really messed up. Again, they don't want to have to deal with that emotional heartbreak. So that murmuring is all right, we're done with it. No more talking about it. And then once Caleb is replaced, it's all right, we're moving on. Everything's, back to normal. Weird. I know. Roberto, Roberto was the one that was released, the elderly man. His name was then reused for a new child in that December ceremony. So again, basically that shows that every person has one name. Nobody has repeat names because that would be uncomfortable. For your question on this slide to show me that you listened, what I want you to do is in your response, what is the weirdest thing about this community so far?